I just recorded a video on SweetPass, which is SweetGreen's subscription program. And so I will link to that video. Now I will get to SweetGreen. I love this concept. Finally, a restaurant with an emphasis on healthy food amidst a sea of horrible options. And so they are going against the trend, and I think they're going to be highly successful for it. I really like their options. I really like the taste of it. Clearly, they've had someone with experience in complement what flavors and textures complement each other. They've had someone's input, and they've put together a really good concept. And I give them high marks for what they're offering and their execution. So I think they've done fairly well. I recently had a restaurant open up near me, and I go there quite frequently now because this is a great way to displace so many of the horrible options that inundate us and are all around us. So, really good, just nothing but good to say about their food. The only time I had a subpar experience was, I think, sometimes their employees. I'm not gonna say anything against SweetGreen for their employees, but sometimes one time the employee mixed together my bowl. I didn't ask for that. Another time, or other times, they've been slow. But that's just as the store had just opened, so they were figuring stuff out. Um, on the online side, I will say that they need to work on their user experience. There have been some there are some difficulties with using their website, and now I'm going to attempt to show you at least one. So I have so we'll go, and I'll just go to a location that I was just at today, which is South Lake. And you go, and I like the Harvest Bowl. I get this quite often. And if you want to get dressings and you want to add dressings, let's see here. Okay, so you go into this menu, and now I'm on the customizable section of the menu, and you go into add a dressing. Let me go add a dressing. So balsamic vinaigrette, and then I go to add another one, and it says you may only have one dressing. But if you go to a previous screen or another screen where you've completed the customization, you can go ahead and add more than one dressing, which makes sense because why would you be limited to getting multiple of the same dressing? So you can get up to three, but according to the other screen, you can only get one type of one. So that doesn't make sense, and that's one of the ways that this is unintuitive. Another way that you can that is that I had to spend some time figuring out is that to edit the bowl when you're ready to check out. Like so, let's say I'm ready to check out. I've got this screen come up, and if you don't know that this custom harvest bowl is a link and this image is a link, then you won't know how to edit your bowl. And you're in your cart. Again, I go to the cart, I don't see where to edit my bowl. And it's just not obvious. And I'm not saying I can't figure it out eventually, but it should be intuitive. There should be an option for editing the bowl. Also, I have another custom harvest bowl here, and on this one, I've added balsamic vinegar on the side. The problem is it doesn't tell you the entire contents of the bowl. It tells you what has been added to the bowl. So there's this presumption that you know all of what is in your bowl because you have ordered it, but I don't remember all of the various things that are in my bowl. Sweetgreen has a lot of variety, and especially when you're ordering different bowls, um, when I'm checking out, I would like to be able to review what exactly I have in my bowl. And telling me what I've added is not does not help all the way because I also want to know what is entirely in it because sometimes you add things and you also are subtracting things. So you're replacing things with another. So that's another way where I think this is unintuitive I'm looking at my notes here, and those are the three main things. And then if you have Sweet Pass, I didn't mention this in my previous video, but I earned a reward. So every day you get $3, a $3 promo essentially to apply to your checkout. It doesn't automatically apply, so that was one problem I had with it. But then another thing is I qualified for a reward because I bought two entrees. That was the quote unquote challenge, is buy two entrees, get a $5 reward. Okay, I bought the two entrees, but then I had no way of knowing that I was going to get the reward until after I completed the checkout. So I was looking for some kind of indication, and it just wasn't there. So I think they're online, the digital side, they need to go and evaluate and make sure the user experience is seamless and there aren't these questions that come up and I'm not having to search for example, how to edit a bowl once I am at the checkout. So I'm not going to log into my account, but there are there are some flaws in their online operations. This is not to say that you can't still order, you can, but you do have to spend more time that is necessary to figure out the process and make sure that you get exactly the right bowl. The other day, I was almost about to check out, and then I went back and I looked at my bowl, and it didn't have everything I wanted. So I did want to review that, and it's just not obvious, and it should be easier. There's no reason that this can't be easier, that I can't see the entire contents of the bowl in the checkout. And there could even be, just if you don't want to include all the details to keep things simple, there could even just be an expand button. So this is really me going after their online user experience and um, telling all the ways that they can improve. But overall, really, really strong grade for SweetGreen. I will link to the Sweet Pass review, but overall, this concept has been needed for a long, long time, and nobody has really, at least in a chain restaurant, nobody has succeeded, and it appears that SweetGreens is, and hopefully they continue to have success.